Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5.
Beginning today,
Iran has said it is confident it can counter widened US sanctions after Washington announced what it described as an economic D-Day against the country to try to isolate it from the global economy. Iran's economy minister said Tehran was fully prepared for the sanctions, which he said would lead to another defeat for the US. Announcing a raft of new measures, US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said any nation financially partnering with Iran would be isolated and that banks and businesses dealing with Iran would share its location if they refused to cut ties. The moves follow U-turns and extended deadlines from the White House in its efforts to end the conflict.
the actions of Treasury and other agencies will tighten the noose and block every potential source of revenue that funds the IRGC and the evil Iranian regime. We are enforcing a zero leakage approach. There will be no minimal breathing space for the regime to rebuild its capacity to inflict terror against America and the world.
They work very well in hurting the intended target. Iran's economy has done poorly since sanctions tightened in 2011, but they did not achieve their ultimate goal, which was to get Iran to change its policies vis-à-vis the United States.
The trial of a Libyan man over the Lockerbie bombing has been postponed for a third time after new evidence on the 37-year-old case came to light 3 days ago. Jury selection was due to get underway in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday, but it's reported a new start date has been set for January next year. Lawyers acting for Abdu Aguila Mohamed Kir al-Marimi said newly discovered evidence previously unknown to the defense and prosecutors from the US government emerged on Friday last week. The US has removed Syria from its list of state sponsors of terrorism after 47 years, lifting what it said was the final major barriers for private sector investment in the country and its reintegration into the global economy. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the move was in recognition of the Syrian government's positive actions to fully distance itself from acts of international terrorism. The Trump administration has embraced Syria's new president Ahmed al-Sharaa, a former militant who once had an American bounty on his head as the leader of an al-Qaeda offshoot. His Islamist group, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, was also removed from the US list of global terrorist organizations. A tornado has torn through the village of Pomas in southwest France, injuring 39 people and damaging hundreds of homes. Authorities said 15 people were taken to hospital and 2 were in a critical condition. One man said his pregnant wife was injured after their house collapsed on her. More than 120 emergency workers were deployed to the village of Carcassonne after winds reaching 117 kilometers per hour tore roofs off houses and damaged an estimated 300 homes on Monday.
I look at you, looking at me. Tell Suno to make it better.
Songs that are largely or wholly created by AI have been banned from Australia's music charts. From this week, all releases must be substantially human-made to be eligible. The Australian Recording Industry Association said the new code would help promote the human nature of artistry. It follows a controversy around a cover of Madonna's Like a Prayer by Australian DJ Josh Fawaz, which recently topped the ARIA Dance Singles chart and peaked at number 2 on the country's overall chart. The song has become a staple of commercial radio stations' playlists and been streamed more than 48 million times on Spotify alone.
Oh man, that doesn't smell good.
And a tractor-trailer hauling thousands of pounds of squid to a processing plant lost its trailer and overturned on a Rhode Island intersection, burying the road in calamari. Clean-up crews spent 8 hours clearing the mess in summer heat before the junction could reopen, while locals dubbed it the Squidpocalypse of 2026. The driver was cited for an unsecured load.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.